Peace and blessings, kings and queens. It's your boy Ayo, back with another video. And the topic of today's video is, what is the Matrix? The system of global control. Before I get into this topic, which is a pretty heavy topic, I want to first start off by asking that the Most High guides my tongue and allows this message to reach the ears of those that it was intended to reach, and also allows this video to reach the eyes of those who are intending to view it. I also want to thank the Most High for waking me up this morning, allowing me to see a new day, another day of life, breathing life into my body once again, protecting me as I slept in both the spiritual realm and the physical realm, and also, just granting me another opportunity, another day to experience life and to grow. But without further ado, what is the Matrix? I'm gonna try to not make this video too long, even though this video is like a very, very deep topic. And I'm gonna go off of my notes in this video because for time purposes, I wanna kind of hit everything I wanna say, but still keep it, but still not make the video too long. So without further ado, what is the Matrix? What is the Matrix? I know we watched the movie, we heard the saying, and people probably still are confused about what the Matrix is. Well, the Matrix, this is just my theory, my perspective. I'm pretty sure everyone has their own theory, their own perspective of what the Matrix is, and they probably all right. It's a vast thing. It's a big web, it's like an octopus with many arms. You feel me? So if I miss some of the arms in this video, feel free to leave it in the comments and we can talk about it. But what is the Matrix? The Matrix is the system we humans live under. It's a system of control that not only exists within our country here in America, but extends across all countries that cover the four corners of this planet. It's a system that is woven into every area of our daily lives. So in economics, in healthcare, in government, in media and entertainment, like movies, television, news networks, which is like the control of information. It's also woven into our education system as well, and etc. There's more branches, there's more arms of this octopus, but for time purposes, I'm only going to focus on the ones mentioned here. So let's get into economics, which is one of the arms I mentioned. Money. First and foremost, I want to say when God created us, when the Most High God created us, He gave us purpose and value. God saw us purposeful and valuable enough for the Most High God to create us in the first place. If we wasn't valuable, God wouldn't have created us. Every artist who creates already deems their creation to be valuable. God didn't create us so that we work to get money, so we could feel valuable because we obtained this thing. Money was not created by God. We were. We're already valuable in our creation from birth. Money was created by a man, by humans, that have flesh and blood just like me or you. You know what I'm saying? And money is probably the main weapon of control that the Matrix system uses to control us. It was invented by a man, like I said, you know what I'm saying? And it has completely encapsulated our whole life experience to the extent that everything that we do is dictated by it. And we sacrifice our time, our energy, our health, our relationships with others and ourselves, and our own self-identity in order to obtain it. Money in this Matrix system dictates our very survival and our existence in this Matrix system. Economics continue. There is a system of capitalism that has been created based upon money. And this is like a system of toxic productivity. We have jobs / careers, and most likely, most of us who are working jobs and in careers, those careers and those jobs are not in alignment with our true selves or our purpose or our passions or our identity in general. You know what I'm saying? Those jobs are just something that careers are just something that we took on in order to be able to make money in order to survive within this matrix system. So you know what I'm saying? In order to get this money, we take on these jobs and these careers, but we end up sacrificing our true selves and our true identities, our purpose, our passion, all to obtain money. So the results of this is that we end up feeling disconnected from ourselves. Also, this capitalistic system has created a mentality of greed and selfishness. You know, this capitalistic system puts everyone against each other. It's a dog-eat-dog mentality. It's a dog-eat-dog world. Every man for themselves. You know, this allows like the system to easily divide and conquer us because we feel like we're at competition with everyone else in order to make money for our survival. It is divide and conquer. This capitalistic system also has created like a class system. So like there's a hierarchy. There's rich, there's middle class, there's poor. This is another system of division as well. And then when you attach race to those systems as well, we have an even deeper system of division. You know what I'm saying? In other countries, they have caste systems where they have like royals and then they have commoners and shit like that. Well, that's just another hierarchy to divide us, you know what I'm saying? To make us feel that some people are more important than others. When in actuality, in reality, we all bleed blood. We all are made of flesh and blood. We all breathe the same air. We all were created by the Most High God. Money in this capitalistic system has created this false reality that some people are more valuable and important than others. You know what I'm saying? And it's also a mechanism of division so that we can be easily conquered. You know, moving on, the next arm of the octopus of this matrix system, and these are all things from my opinion. This is just my theory, my opinion. I'm pretty sure everyone has their own, but this is just my theory, my opinion. The next one is healthcare, and I didn't put it in the. I'm gonna leave like notes for every arm of the matrix system that I mentioned. I'm gonna leave notes somewhere in this video, somewhere around here. But I didn't put it in the first note when I said healthcare, but also the food industry is included with healthcare as well, because there's this thing called the FDA, the Food and Drug Administration. You know what I'm saying? They both work in tandem with one another because they both go hand in hand with one another. In this matrix system, you know, the majority of our illnesses and our ailments are caused by our diets and what we eat. You know what I'm saying? And that is a direct correlation with the healthcare system. You know, if we continue to eat bad and we catch these illnesses and these ailments, then the healthcare system, these hospitals, these doctors, they gain customers. You know, and what I mean by customers is sick people. You know what I'm saying? If it wasn't for sickness, then these doctors, these hospitals, they wouldn't prosper like they do. So that's why we have the FDA, the Food and Drug Administration, because they go hand in hand. You know, we're supposed to eat clean. Like, food is supposed to be our medicine. Food is supposed to be our medicine. But instead we have pharmaceuticals and pharmaceutical companies. And I'm not sure if people know this, but like when you take pharmaceuticals, which are chemicals, they can create byproducts or waste, and those byproducts in the body can create other ailments and other illnesses. And this is why when they advertise pharmaceuticals in commercials, they always talk about side effects, because a lot of the side effects are caused by the byproducts of these chemicals in reacting in our body, causing other illnesses and ailments. And a lot of the times, you know, when they be talking about the pharmaceuticals, they start talking real fast, like real fast. Like you don't know what they saying, but you'll catch death in there. They'll put death in there because it's a possibility. You know what I'm saying? A lot of these chemicals, these pharmaceuticals, they have byproducts when they react in the body, and those can cause other ailments and illnesses as well. But if they cause other ailments and illnesses as well, then are also going to have to be treated for those as well. So, and another thing is that, healthcare, if you really pay attention, that they always to the language that they use, it's their treatments. They're treating us. Treatments are not cures. A treatment is what causes you to become a lifelong customer, because treatments are just a way to manage something, but not to solve the problem. You know what I'm saying? If I treat you, then I can create a lifelong customer, because you'll have to come back for the treatment. You feel me? It's not a cure. And by creating a lifelong customer, I create a revenue stream that's forever. You feel me? If the healthcare system went around curing people, they wouldn't have customers or sick people to get money from. And moving on is government, which is another arm of this matrix system. We have the president, or the figurehead of the matrix control system. But, to those who really know, true power hides in the shadows, because there's power in staying hidden or unseen. You feel me? So the figurehead of the president is just a figurehead. Like I said, it's not really the true leader of what's going on. Those who really lead or in control of this matrix system, they're hidden, and you don't know who they are. You feel me? There's power and discretion and staying hidden. But then we also have, in government, we have these governmental parties, like Republican, for example, and Democratic. And this is just in the United States, but this is just to give us the illusion of choice. You know what I'm saying? To make us feel like we're in control, but when we're really not in control. You know what I'm saying? A person who's in a prison but doesn't know they're in a prison will never try to escape it. You feel me? If you feel like you have choice or a say in the matter, then you won't ever try to revolt against this matrix system. So, you know what I'm saying? But let me just pose this scenario to you. First off, I want to say that the Republican and the Democratic parties are two sides of the same coin. Although you may feel like you have a choice because you have options to choose from, but if I'm the one that's supplying your options and I have an agenda, but then I present to you 5 options to choose from, although you may think that it's you're in control because you have 5 options to choose from, but you don't really understand the fact that I provided those 5 options, and every single one of those options that I provided are going to work for me. Although you may feel like you have the illusion of choice and you're choosing between 5 different options, so you have variety in your choice, all those options are on my side. So really, it's just an illusion of choice, an illusion of control to make us feel that we're in control, when really we're not. You know what I'm saying? And these Democratic governmental parties, Republican, Democrat, are just to present us with the illusion of choice. Also, I wanted to touch on the judicial branch of government. The judicial system and the laws. If anybody who studies law, they know about contract law, like contracts, man. Contract law was developed based off spiritual principles, based off our own God-given free will. Law is written based off spiritual aspects, God-given free will. Contract law, these are things that, if you want to know more about, you should research. But contract law, contracts are dealing with our God-given free will. A lot of time, I know people have heard that, the devil can't hurt you, or like evil spirits and wicked things can't hurt you unless you let them in or you agree to it. That's contracts. That's free will. That's your choice. But I will say this, there's many ways to get you to consent to different contracts without your knowing. So you must be mindful of what you consent to, what you put your energy towards, what you speak with your mouth, because there's verbal contracts as well. Be mindful of what you're doing in your daily walk in life. You feel me? Because there's power in your tongue, and your actions can also put you in contract in certain ways, and many manipulative and manipulative ways to get you to enter into contracts without you knowing. I can go deeper in this, but man, you got to do your research, man. I'm just presenting you with the basics in these videos. You know what I'm saying? If you want to know more, dive deeper, man, you will find it. The Bible says, if you seek, you shall find. If you knock, the door shall be open. If you ask, then your questions will be answered. And that's real. Moving on, there is media and entertainment. And I will say that this is one of the strongest arms of the octopus of the matrix system. It's like one of the strongest ways that in which we are controlled as people. You know what I'm saying? It's one of the strongest weapons of the matrix. First off, I want to say the media gets its name from the Greek goddess Medea, which is the goddess of illusion. You know, that in itself speaks volumes. Also, I want to say Hollywood, which is the place in which a lot of actors and, you know, just a lot of our media and entertainment and movies and television shows are produced. Hollywood, the name Hollywood comes from the wood that you get from a holly tree that is used to create wands. Wands, like in Harry Potter, the wands, like Wingardium Leviosa type shit, those wands are used to cast spells. The wood used to create those wands is called Hollywood. It comes from a holly tree. Look it up. Moving on, movies, television, computers, tablets, all forms of media and entertainment. I'm just gonna like read off like some language, and then you can infer what I'm trying to say from there. But this is the language that they use when they talk about media and entertainment. They say broadcasting. As I read earlier, Hollywood is used to create wands, and wands are used to cast spells. But then you have something called broadcasting in media. Also, Medea, the Greek goddess of illusions, magic, Hollywood, wands, casting spells, broadcasting. Put it together. Broadcasting, casting spells on a broad audience of people / observers. And then you have the saying television programming. When you program something, what are you doing? You are feeding them a program in order to control them. The programming of those who observe the spells that are being broadcasted via these networks. And then you have channels, and I know you know I'm going with this one. People channel spirits, they channel through using a Ouija board. This is all magic, spell casting, and it's all done upon us, the unknowing observers, the audience, you know what I'm saying? And then we have news, which is another form of media. And this is powerful as well because it's the control of the spread of information. And if they can control the information that's being spread, and they can control your thinking, your mindset, they can push fear, which was done at the beginning of 2020 through 2022. And I know you guys know what I'm talking about. It has something to do with healthcare. Control of fear and information. And they can control your actions through fear and information. Powerful, very powerful tool. Moving on, there's education, which is also a strong weapon of the matrix system as well. And you know, if you can control the minds of the youth, then you can control the future. You know, Tupac has a song that says, "If it ain't no hope for the," Tupac has a song where he quotes and he says, "If it ain't no hope for the youth, but the truth is there ain't no hope for the future." You know, they start early, kindergarten, preschool. You know, I ain't gonna say education is all bad. It's beneficial. It's beneficial in some ways. Like we learn arithmetic, we learn math, we learn just certain things that are beneficial to us. But there's also a downside to that as well. You know what I'm saying? For instance, I'm gonna read off some language again, which is we learn spelling. And we also learn cursive, and you know I'm going with that because it's in conjunction with the last slide, the last notes, you know what I'm saying? Put two and two together, do your research. Also, with spelling and cursive, the power of the tongue is very, very powerful. You know, there's words in the English language like good morning, you know, to mourn something. I don't know why we use it as a term of endearment in the morning to greet people, but mourning is not a word that should be used in that way. you know the definition of what it means to mourn. Also, there is like hell, there is also the word understand in law. Like I said, law was written off spiritual aspects, you know, free will. You know what I'm saying? I told you there's a lot of clever ways that they use to get you to consent to things. Well, the word understand means to, in law, there's this language called legalese, and in that language, understand means to stand under the jurisdiction of something. You know what I'm saying? Which is you giving your consent to whatever jurisdiction that is that you want to stand under. It means that you're standing under it, which means that it has power over you. There's power in these words. You know, be careful of what you say, be mindful of what you say, and, you know, just be really intentional in everything that you do. Nothing is not for a reason, you know what I'm saying? So be intentional in all your moves in this life. You feel me? Yeah, but also education programs us to be slaves or workers or cogs into this system. They tell us to go through, you know, the educational system, preschool or kindergarten through 12th, all grade school. Then we go to college, and then we get jobs working for companies. We're working for other people in order to make them rich. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're working, we become slaves or cogs in the system to get money, which keeps us running on the hamster wheel, and we're working to make those who own these companies rich. It's like trickle down economics, or in other words, a pyramid scheme. Those at the top benefit the most, and the ones at the bottom, they get the scraps, the crumbs. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, all branches of the matrix system are a means of control in order to control us and put us in a box or a prison that we don't even realize that we're in. You know what I'm saying? But I'm sure that you can feel it, though. I'm sure that you feel that something is very off about the way that we live life. You know what I'm saying? You may not know exactly what it is, but you can feel it. You know what I'm saying? There's this famous line from the movie The Matrix. I'm going to put this also in this video somewhere. But it says, it's a famous scene between Morpheus and Neo. When Morpheus is describing to Neo what the Matrix is, and like why Neo has been searching and why Neo feels like something is off, Morpheus says, let me tell you why you're here. You're here because you know something. What you know you can't explain, but you feel it, that there's something wrong with the world. You don't know what it is, but it's there, like a splinter in your mind. Morpheus. I tried to sound like him and everything. But yeah, this is my video, man, on what the Matrix is, a system of global control. You know what I'm saying? I could have got deeper in each and every one of these things that I mentioned, and I'm sure that I left off many arms of the octopus of the Matrix system. But, you know, if you have anything to add, feel free to leave it in the comments. If you have any opinions about what I discussed, you know what I'm saying, comment as well. You know what I'm saying? I love you all. This is just a video to shine light, not to spread fear. You know, fear is an illusion. You know, the fear that we have is not real. You know what I'm saying? That's another way of controlling us. You know, fear is a lack of faith. You know what I'm saying? You know, the Most High God stands with us. There's nothing to fear when we know that. You know what I'm saying? Fear is another way to consent, to gain consent. You know what I'm saying? Don't give them consent through fear, because to fear something is to believe it has power. So know that the Most High God stands with you. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing to fear. You know what I'm saying? So shed that shit. This is what I'm learning to do. I love you all, man. This is just an informative video. I hope everyone has a blessed and wonderful day. Don't forget to like the video. Subscribe to my channel. It's free. You know what I'm saying? And share this video to everybody who you think can benefit from it. I love you all. This video was kind of long, but it's packed. You feel me? Tune in, share it, you know, with everyone. Spam the like button, you know what I'm saying? And spam that share button, man. Everyone needs to hear this, man. I love you all. I hope everyone has a blessed and wonderful day. Hey, yo, out.